Hello everyone, welcome back to Plante, where we make biology simple and fun. In today's video, we'll learn all about one of the most important parts of a plant, the leaf. We'll explore its structure, types, and functions, so stay tuned till the end. The leaf. The leaves are green, fat structures borne on stem or on its branches. They arise from nodes and have buds in their axils. They are chief photosynthetic organs of the plants. They also carry on transpiration. Respiration is also brought about by the leaves. Types of leaves. Foliage leaves. They are ordinary green leaves which perform the function of photosynthesis and respiration. Cotyledonary leaves. They are present in seeds, serve the purpose of storage of food, and act as first photosynthetic leaves of the plants. Scale leaves. These are small, undeveloped leaves, usually sessile, without petiole, and rarely green. They are protective in nature. They develop on many underground stems, such as rhizomes, ginger, stem tubers, potato, etc. In scaly bulbs, lily, they store food and become thick and fleshy. 4. Bracts and bracteoles. The leaves of flowering shoots are known as bracts. They are usually small and sac-like. They bear flowers in their axils. Some flowers bear small bracts on their stalks, which are called bracteoles. These are specialized leaves arranged on a shoot axis, the thalamus, in circles or whorls. They are termed as sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. Leaf apex, leaf margin, leaf blade, vein, midrib, veinlet, petiole, stipule, leaf base. Parts of a leaf. A typical foliage leaf consists of 3 parts. 2. Leaf blade of lamina. Green, fattened portion concerned with photosynthesis. I. Leaf stalk or petiole raises the lamina to expose it to sunlight. 3. Leaf base, base of the leaf through which it is attached to the stem. So, mostly the leaves are petiolate, i.e. the petiole is present, as in leaf of peepal. In the leaf is termed as sessile, as in leaf of sonchus. They are a pair of lateral outgrowths developed at the base of the petiole, may be swollen. This swollen part is called pulvinous, as in Mimosa pudica. When the stipules are present, the leaves are called stipulate, and when absent, exstipulate. Their functions is to protect young leaves in the bud, and when green, to carry on photosynthesis. The stipules are of various kinds, such as scaly stipules, small, membranous as in peepal. Second, foliaceous stipules, leaf-like as in edible pea, Pisum sativum. Third, tendrillar stipules, modified into tendrils which serve as climbing organs as in smilax. Fourth, spinous stipules, modified into spines as in chichor, Acacia arabica. 5. Adnate stipules. These are 2 lateral stipules that grow along the petiole up to a certain height, adhering to it, and making it somewhat winged in appearance, as in rose. 6. They form a hollow tube encircling the stem from the node up to a 6. Ocherate stipules. Certain height of the internode in front of the petiole, e.g. in Polygonum. Ligules. These are membranous or hairy structures, occurring at the junction of the leaf blade and sheathing bases, as in grasses. Bud scales. They arc scaly leaves which enclose and protect the leaf buds, as in Banyule. Leaflet, leaf, petiole, stipule. Phyllotaxis. The arrangement of leaves on the stem is called phyllotaxis. Phyla equals leaves, taxis equals arrangement. The object of the phyllotaxis is to avoid overcrowding so that all leaves get maximum light for photosynthesis. There are 2 main types of phyllotaxis. A. Spiral phyllotaxis, when the leaves are present singly on each node, such as sunflower, etc. Cyclic phyllotaxis, if 2 or more leaves are present at each node. Such an arrangement of leaves is known as cyclic. If only 2 leaves arise at each node, they are described as O-opposite. When the opposite leaves borne at any one node are parallel to those of the upper node, they are said tube opposite and superposed as in Jamin, Eugenia jambalana. If opposite leaves at any one node are at right angles to those at the upper or lower node, They are described as opposite and decussate, as in mint, Ocimum bacillium, Niasbo, Calotropis, Ock, etc. If more than 2 leaves are present at each node and are arranged in a circle around it, they are said to be whorled or verticillate, as in oleander. Alternate, opposite, whole. Leaf arrangement on stem. The arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina of a leaf is called venation. There are 2 main types of venations, parallel to each other from the base to the apex of the leaf, from the midrib outward. This type of venation is characteristic of monocot leaves and is found in grasses, cereals, onions, bananas, etc. Parallel venation may be unicostate if there is 1 midrib in the lamina, or it may be multicostate if many midribs are present. Multicostate parallel venation may be convergent if the midribs converge towards apex. Divergent if the midribs diverge towards the margin of the leaf, as in fan palms. Unicostate parallel convergent parallel divergent parallel. 2. Reticulate venation. In this type of venation, there may be 1 or more midribs from which smaller veins branch off and form a conspicuous network. Reticulate venation, like parallel venation, may be unicostate if the leaf midrib, from which lateral branches arise which run towards the margin of the mango, peepal, guava, etc. Or it may be multicostate if many midribs present, all about equal in size, arising from 1 point at the base of the lamina. This type of venation may be convergent when midrib arises from the base of the leaf and converge towards the apex, or divergent when midrib arises from the base of the leaf and diverge towards the margin of the leaf, as in castor oil plant. Insertion. The attachment of leaves to the stem or branches is called insertion. The leaves may be present on main stem, as in sunflower. Ramal. Leaves developed on branches, as in peepal, Ficus religiosa, shisham, Dalbergia sisu, etc. Radical. Leaves appearing to come off from the root, but really arising from a very short stem at the ground level. Such leaves usually form a rosette, as in carrot, radish, turnip, etc. If the leaves are present both on main stem and the branches, this condition is known as ramal and colline. Types of leaves. 2 main types of leaves are found in the plants. Simple leaf, compound leaf. 1. Simple leaf. A simple leaf is one in which the lamina is all in one piece. The margins of the leaf are sometimes incised to a greater or lesser extent, as found in peepal. 2. Compound leaf. A compound leaf is one in which the lamina is divided into a number of separate leaf-like parts, called leaflets, which arise from 1 point or are borne on a common stalk or rachis. When the leaflets of a compound leaf arise from the sides of the rachis, the leaf is said to be a pinnate compound leaf, leaf of rose. When the leaflets of a compound leaf come off from 1 point at the tip of the petiole, the leaf is said to be a palmate compound leaf. Types of pinnate compound leaf. Pinnate compound leaves may be peripinnate when there is an even number of leaflets, as in Cassia fistula, Amalthus, or imperipinnate when there is also a terminal leaflet, as in rose, so the number of leaflets is odd. Types of pinnate compound leaf. A. Imperipinnate. B. Peripinnate. C. Bipinnate. D. Tripinnate. If the leaflets of a pinnate compound leaf are themselves pinnately divided into smaller leaflets or pinnules, the leaf is said to be bipinnate, as in Acacia, Albizia, Chirin. If pinnules are again pinnately divided into leaflets of 3rd order, as in Malia azedirac, Drecki, such leaves are known as tripinnate. Types of palmate compound leaf. If in a palmate compound leaf there is single leaflet, the leaf is said to be unifoliate. If 2 leaflets are present, the leaf is said to be bifoliate or binnate. If 3, trifoliate or pernate, as in oxalis. If many, multifoliate. If each leaflet of a trifoliate leaf is itself ternate, the whole leaf is called binnate. A palmate compound leaf having 5 to 7 leaflets is often described as digitate. Types of palmate compound leaf. A. Unifoliate. B. Bifoliate. C. Trifoliate. D. Quadrifoliate. E. Multifoliate. Special modifications of leaves. In many plants, the leaves are wholly or partially modified to carry on special functions. The recognition of leaf becomes obscure as a result of modification. However, whether a particular modification is that of a leaf or not can be ascertained from their position on stem, the presence of axillary buds, the presence of stipules, leaf tendrils. In some climbing plants, the leaves or parts of leaves are modified into tendrils. For example, in wild pea, Lathyrus aphasia, the whole leaf is specialized to form a tendril and to enlarge stipule carry on the functions of the leaf. 2. Leaf spines. In many plants, entire leaves or parts of leaves are modified into spines, which help in reducing transpiration and also act as protective organs. For example, in barberry, Berberis, the leaves on the main stem are reduced to 3 branched spines in the axils of which short shoots bearing foliage leaves in small clusters are present. Sometimes, leaf apex or leaf margin may get modified into spiny structure, as in agave. 3. Leaf pitcher. In insectivorous insect-eating plants, e.g. in pitcher plant, Nepenthes, the leaf is modified into a pitcher, which serves to capture and digest insects. Modification of leaves. 4. Leaf bladder. In bladderwort, an insectivorous water plant, the leaves are divided into segments, some of which are modified to form bladders containing digestive enzymes. 5. Phyllodes. In some species of Australian acacia, the leaf blade is completely missing and petioles become flattened and grow vertically. These are known as phyllodes. 6. Storage organs. In some cases, in onion bulbs, the leaves are modified into storage organs. 6. Flower parts. The floral parts, i.e. sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels, are also modified leaves. 7. Bud scales. Leaves may be reduced to sessile, short, thick scales to protect meristematic tissue. These are called bud scales. Leaflet hooks. In some cases, leaflets may get modified into hooks. E.g., in Bignonia, the terminal leaflets are modified into hooks. These help the plants in climbing. Heterophyly. In many aquatic plants, the lamina of submerged leaves is much divided in contrast to aerial leaves, with the result that aerial leaves look entirely different in morphology than submerged ones. This phenomenon is known as heterophyly, e.g., in Ranunculus quarterly. Prefoliation. The way in which leaves are arranged in the bud is called prefoliation. It is considered with respect to the following 2 aspects. The way in which each individual leaf is rolled or folded in the bud. It may be reclinate, when the upper half of the leaf blade is bent upon the lower half, as in loquat. Conduplicate, when the leaf is folded lengthwise along the midrib, as in magnolia. Plicate, when the leaf is repeatedly folded longitudinally along ribs in a zigzag manner, as in fan palm. Circinate, when the leaf is rolled from the apex towards the base, as in ferns. Convolute, when the leaf is rolled from one margin towards another, as in banana. Involute, when the 2 margins are rolled on the upper surface of the leaf towards midrib or the center of the leaf, as in water lily. Revolute, when the leaf is similarly rolled on its lower surface, as in oleander. Vernation, the way in which the leaves are arranged in bud with respect to each other. It may be valvate. The leaves are arranged in a whorl, and their margins simply touch each other. 3. Contorted. The leaves are arranged in one whorl, and one margin of every leaf is overlapping, while its other margin is always overlapped. Imbricate. The leaves are arranged in a whorl, but the overlapping is not in any particular order. Induplicate. The leaves are arranged in a whorl, and the slight inwardly bent margins of each leaf touch those of adjacent leaves. The condition is just like valvate. The only difference is that here the margins of every leaf is inwardly turned. Equidant. Here, conduplicate leaves are placed face to face, and one tip completely overlaps the other by both of its margins. Half equidant. Conduplicate leaves are placed face to face in such way that overlapping is incomplete, with only one half of the blade being inside the other. Next, supervolute. When one convolute leaf encloses the other, so ultimately a completely rolled up bud is formed. That's all for today's video on leaf, structure, types, and functions. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite kind of leaf? See you next time, and remember, keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.